Well, good evening, and I love you. I wonder if we're gonna get a glare off that window. I think it'll work. I don't think it'll be too bright. How's everybody doing? I'm checking out my spot. I don't know how to make that bad. I always think I have this right, peekaboo, until I start and I get on here, and then I'm a little 𝐸𝐞𝐵. That's the name of my new home, 𝐸𝐸𝐵. Hello. Trying to see if I'm lined up in the right space. Can't see my cards though. Well, I suppose that's alright. How's everybody doing? Good evening, good evening. I'm going to get set up here, and I have a beautiful, great big bowl to play for you. Look at this. Look at the size of my bowl. Ha! I'm going to sex the magic with your sacral chakra today, yes. Usually I play, I'm all over the map. Well, I have wildlife next to me. Can you see my wildlife? These are my new additions for my housewarming and my birthday. Aren't they pretty? Good evening to everyone. Happy Tuesday. I like to do this on here so that everyone can see that I do. I probably will do it again as we're chatting because, well, I have busy hands. So as we begin this evening together, welcome to Tough Love with the Chiefess. As we begin this evening, I'm going to invite you to become mindful of your words and how you speak about yourself and how you hear and how you see from this moment forward with me. I'm choosing to speak about myself in a more favorable manner and use allowing words. So I choose to say that I have busy hands today instead of something else that's derogatory. Grand evening to you and all. I love you. Hello to you ladies. I love you so big. Okay, so let's go ahead and tone together, and then we can get started with our chat for the evening and share our thoughts on this lovely time on Earth. We are about to have Mars go direct on March 12th. It will completely change everything. And that's a lot to do with how most of us are feeling on Earth right now. This energy has been here before, which gives us a lot of insight as to what can happen and what we can also do differently. My son was asking me today, he said, why do we study history? He said, people say history repeats itself. I said, it repeats itself if human consciousness does not evolve. But if it does, then we can choose different choices when the same circumstances are presented. So, amen on that right now. All right, if you would like to join me, look at my big, beautiful bowl. Oh, hello to my friend. I get so much love today. Look, my new character loved this so much. I love how she tickles me. Because I get love everywhere I go. Everyone loves me and wants to support me. Do you see? Do you see how I'm speaking about myself? Isn't that pretty? What an inviting statement. And I don't always believe it, or let me say in my past I have not always believed it, so I'm inviting myself to say permissive and allowing things today. So, welcome to Tough Love with the Chiefess. we are going to start with a toning of the sacral chakra, a balancing of the sacral chakra. Let's just start and we'll chat more later. Okay, if you would like to join me and give yourself a little bit of freedom and a little bit of grounding and a little bit of balance, you can go ahead and close your eyes and get seated in a position. You can sit up against something and bring your abdomen forward. Relax your hands with your palms up and close your eyes. And when we do these breaths, you can breathe in through your nose and then you can breathe out through your mouth, and you can let your mouth make a great big sound. It's called an auditory exhale, like this. And what that does is it gives your body a whole lot of relief. Not only are you taking a great big huge beautiful breath, but your body is hearing that noise and it sounds like relief, you know. And so your body is not you, you are not your body. And so we want to balance our biology in order to calm down this thing that runs a zillion miles a minute, right? It doesn't go the other way around. So closing our eyes and allowing our eyes to relax. Let's take a big breath in through our nose and exhale through your mouth. And in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Let your eyes relax. Let your nose giggle. Let your fingers soften. And your toes wiggle. And breathing in one more great big breath of balance and calm. Take a big breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and you can open your eyes. Doesn't that feel good? This is a heavy bowl. You can see how big it is. Okay. I like for the sound to go the whole time. Okay. All right. Tonight we are talking about, I titled this Jump, Judy, Jump, which is something that people used to say when we played spades and I was in jail. That's where that came from for me. When we were talking smack, playing spades, and that same kind of charisma is what I feel like is needed in our attitude today. A whole lot of us are experiencing what we could call contempt before investigation, or in layman's terms, being frozen. I recently had a beautiful goddess gathering, and I said to several of the ladies, I said, I told Robert a few days ago, I just had it with myself. I've had it with my own crap. You know, I said, I can't go live because my roots look like crap. I have to get my hair done. So then that happens. Then I'm like, well, my face looks tired. And then I'm like, I'm rested, you know? And then the sun isn't in the right position. Whatever. I have every excuse under the sun why I cannot, you know, do what I said I want to do and move forward and find myself finding a lot of excuses, a lot of reasons why things won't work when I really don't have any reason to think that. Especially because, you know, with every situation, if I'm trusting that all situations are presented for my evolution, then there's growth possible in each and every possible situation, right? But if I have decided that things are doomed, or they're not going to work, or I'm not going to be capable, or, you know, any of the other number of crap excuses that I come up with to keep myself locked in fear so I don't have to take action and move forward for my higher betterment, then I stay stuck like that. I stay stuck. It is my experience, and that's what happens too. By the way, when let me put it this way. I am now able to be aware of the fact that when I hear myself speaking ill of others or other situations, or I'm just like, well, they should have this, they shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Towards anyone else. That is a mirror of what I'm doing to myself. I'm judging myself. I'm finding all the reasons that I'm doing things wrong. And when you really shake that down, it's not about wrong or right. It's about, are you going to do the next right action or not? What's been done is done. And how quickly things change is this quickly, how quickly, this quickly, how quickly, this quickly. So to sit there and worry about yesterday's choices is really moot. And so if I'm going to sit in contempt of a situation where I really don't have all the information, and I never do have all the information because I'm a human on earth. And so if I'm going to sit in contempt of the situation, lacking all of the information, I pretty much shut down the possibility of things moving forward in the best way possible. If I can learn to trust that things are presented for my highest good, then I can give freedom to each and every situation as it's happening. I can be permissive and allowing. I can become a match to really good stuff coming my way, as opposed to, well, it's all going to be crap, and not only does that attract crap, but it keeps me from taking positive action moving forward. We've had Mars retrograde for the past 4 months, and it was a really heavy-duty one. Mars is about to go direct on January 12th. And especially those of us that are Mars-powered people, if you don't know if you're a Mars-powered person, you can have your natal chart looked at and to see where your planet placement is, and then you can see what houses you have planets in and how that affects your overall personality and things that happen in your life. You can also probably take a pretty good look at yourself off the top. Or have you ever been super into fitness? Are you pretty into fitness? Are you super energetic? Are people like you too much? You're intense? You're probably a Mars-powered person. I'm like, ooh, pick me on all of those. That's hilarious. That's like the story of my life, right? And then, so anyway, if you're a Mars-powered person, you've really felt this. You've really felt it in your energy. You felt it in your home. You've really felt it in your home, because this time has really affected how we're interacting in our homes, especially as women. How we're interacting in our home, our dynamic in our home. You have probably felt a redesignation of your energy, or let's say this, maybe your energy hasn't been redesignated yet, but you have you have noticed where it needs to be. You have seen dynamics in your home where things could be better if you changed the direction and focus of your energy, right? So that's been the case for me. So when Mars goes direct, when Mars goes direct, if we are aligned with what's going on for our greater good, then it'll feel like a rocket ship blast off, right? And we'll feel like that was like the power we've been lacking for the last little bit. You know, things have felt slow and whatever, but ooh, that's what I needed. If we are not in alignment with what we needed to see during this time, it's probably gonna be pretty uncomfortable. Yes, it felt like this in the home. Yeah, right? Exactly. And so, and let me also say this. I feel like those of us that are listening really felt it in the home. It makes me not almost emotional, it makes me very emotional. I knew I should have put tissues here. Here they are. It causes for me to have to redesignate my energy in some ways that are not necessarily natural for me. It's conscious learning for me to be more feminine in my home in some ways. To give more energy in some ways to men, boys, the males around me than I have necessarily been taught or grown up with. And so it's a new learning curve for me. It's a brand new learning curve. But I do feel like that is, pardon, look at my apron. I have the cutest little apron on. I do feel like those of us that got the good stuff felt that. You get to grow. You get to evolve. You get to change. You know, a lot of people, when things start really hitting the fan or they're really feeling the growth curve, they get really upset. Like, oh, I don't want to feel this, or this is all bad. I mean, that's kind of the story of humanity, right? We're avoiding our evolution and ducking out with denial, substances, and behaviors, right? And yet, I don't know. It's not that I'm a masochist, but I really like growing. So when it gets hard, I'm like, whoo, I get to let go of something. Like, I get to see where my shit stinks here. I get to see where I'm in the way. And it's always that I'm in the way. That's the big learning about this whole time on Earth right now, but specifically I feel like this last few months. Whatever we're running our mouth about, that's the problem, why we can't do what we want to do, that's the smoke screen where we're running game on our own selves. And I will be brutally honest with my, you know, like, I will blame, if I don't be honest, I feel like if people don't put skin on lessons, then how are you supposed to learn, right? If you just speak in hypotheticals. It's like when someone's like, set boundaries. Thanks, motherfucker. If I knew how to do that to begin with, I wouldn't be in the current situation. Like, they're just like, heal yourself, you know, like, set this, da-da-da-da. And, like, you're supposed to understand that in that one-step process. Like, I need a how-to, like nobody's business, right? So, my little light was falling here. There we go. So, look at my pretty flowers. Okay. So, let me get my train of thought back again. Wherever you're running your mouth about there's a problem, there's a thing in your way, there's something standing in your way of you not being able to accomplish your goals or do what you want to do, is where you're running game on yourself. If it's a person, a relationship, an agency, a government, or whatever situation, I'm not saying that situation is there. I'm saying that you are forfeiting your own evolution, feeding the problem, and that's the problem of your choosing. And you're choosing to give it your God source energy and in a reactive way of existing instead of consciously creating in your own living life. Haha. Yes. when things hurt for me, when I keep having the same disagreement with someone, it's not immediate, definitely not immediate, but after a while, I don't know how long, you know, each one is different, but after a time, I start to realize, oh wow, I'm the one circling here again, and I'm putting the finger, you know, I grew up with the saying that's like, when I'm pointing the finger at you, there's 3 of them pointing back at me, and I need to take a look at that. That's always the truth. You know, I can't change other people, places, and things, and yet I have influence over myself. So if I am feeling like someone else is, I'll be real frank. Okay. If I'm feeling like someone else is keeping me from doing what I want to do, or something else is keeping me from doing what I want to do, then I am the problem. And I'm creating the problem, and I'm perpetuating the problem. All right? And I have been in a fair amount of problems. I have been in 2 family court, let's call them fiascos instead of other negative words, that cost around $100,000 each. That spanned years each time. Yes. Who's the common denominator? And so I lived in that system for a while. I've been in relationships where I've said, oh, that person, you know, didn't want me to do what I wanted to do, or that person stole this, or that person did this. And it looks like that's the problem in front of your face until that problem is no longer there. And then you realize you're still not making the moves you want to make, right? And then so in my own circumstances, then Spirit presents me with this amazing partner who's like willing to work with me in every way imaginable. And so I'll like throw something out there, you know, expecting the same comeback, like expecting a fight or expecting some adversity. And I'm like, I'm going to do this. And he's like, good for you. Would you like some help with that? And I'm like, did you hear me? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, not the same reaction. I can't drain my battery on this. Crap. Not only can I not drain my battery on this because he's not going to fight with me, but then number 2, I'm not left with anything to blame on the fact that I can't move forward. No one's saying I can't. There's no obstacle to blame in front of me, and then I'm left blatantly aware of the fact that I'm afraid to step into my own power, that I have brutal self-worth issues, and that no one can heal them but me, and that without the people in front of me that I'm able to project my problems onto, without the systems being without being intertwined in the systems that I can blame and say that I can't do this because this, or I can't have this because of this. I exited those systems and healed the situations. So, hello Chiron and Aries, right? Right? And so it brings me, excuse me, to current times where what's happening on Earth right now is we are being healed from and moving out of lack consciousness. Yes, you're there with me. Yeah, that's why I decided to make this today, because all those ladies I got together with and I told them how I felt, I was like, so I had a goddess gathering and I told them, I was like, I was going to cancel it. And then I wasn't going to have it, and then all these excuses, why I'm not good enough. It's not going to be good enough. It's not going to work. I'm too much. Everything that I play out. Honestly, I just got tired of hearing my own shit. You know what I mean? And so I was like, for me it's a little easy, you guys. I'm a hardcore recovering drug addict and alcoholic. Like, flagrant. They have a name for me in the county I got sober in. So, like, I know what I go back to if I don't jump in the fire, right? And so, for me, it's not just like stepping out on drugs and alcohol. There's like a quality of living that I want to feel and adhere to and to be a part of, to roll through me, to me and from me every day. And once I have it, I won't settle for less, you know? And so I lost my train of thought, to be honest. I am willing to show up because it's easy for me to remember what I can go back to, but it's also like once I have experienced this quality of living, I am willing to do what I need to do to be able to maintain it. Because I don't know, it's like, I don't know, for me it's almost like taking care of my body, taking really good care of my body. It feels so good when I take good care of myself, and the other feels so bipolar opposite that I just don't like it, you know? It's not the same quality of life for me. So during this time, we are letting go of lack consciousness. And so, thank you. We are letting go of lack consciousness. And in that, what's got to happen is it's got to happen on the individual level and then the collective. So if any of us are seeing lack, if we are talking about lack, if we are projecting lack, which basically is seeing any situation as anything other than under creative chaos and in divine transition, which is everything, but it doesn't look like that to us, does it? It looks like, oh no, this isn't okay. We're just going to take that down. Oh no, I'm my hand talker. Oh no, this isn't okay. Oh no, that's not going to work. Oh no. If we were able to hold the vibration that all good things are flowing to us and through us and from us, and all beautiful becomings are eminent, we wouldn't get our panties in a wad. It wouldn't be worth reacting so, right? And so in letting go of lack consciousness, I believe it becomes a conscious choice of choosing to see the good and the God in everything around us. You have to jump, Judy, jump. You got to take a step. You have to be the one that becomes a proactive liver instead of a reactive responder. They're two totally different things. The reactive responder is going to see and forfeit their energy talking about the problem and calling their friends and having assemblies and protesting and la 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 and drain your battery. The proactive liver is going to look for the good in the situations, draw more attention to it, put positive action behind the things that are working well, and understand that everything is working as it's supposed to. If we are seeing lack in the situation, we are drawing lack to it. We are the embodying body, literally. And so when this Mars kicks off, you're gonna feel where you are on that personal scale. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can only share my personal experience. I had a mentor for 11 years, and he would say to me, "You're not the person that says, oh no, it's not me. You're the person that, like, it happened in Arizona, you were in Illinois, and you're like, it was me." And I have to realize it's not everything to do with me. My point in saying this is, I decided that a long time ago that everything that happens in my life is absolutely for me. Absolutely for me. And it's absolutely personal in all the right ways. It's just that I have to decide that even if it hurts, and even if it's uncomfortable, that it is still for my greatest good. That I don't, who am I? Who am I to decide what I am capable of evolving through? I mean, I would limit the heck out of myself. I would handicap the heck out of myself if you gave me my own limitations. And everyone around me for that matter. For real. You know. So, thank God that's not up to me. And I can choose that it's all happening for me. And the quicker that I decide that, which again is simply a conscious choice. I choose to believe that everything coming to me is for me. And it's my job to see where it's real simple. I'll break it down. It's real simple. If it hurts, you're not doing it right. If it feels good, you are. Like, no one ever is laughing and in a completely harmonious state and is like, I wonder if I shouldn't be here. I wonder if this isn't good. You're enjoying the moment. You're in the joy of the moment. You know it's right. You know it's right. When you're having those thoughts about not being there, not doing this stuff, that's when you should not be there. You should not be doing that. Like, when I was first in this relationship with Robert, I was really, really, really gifted the ability to see my stinking thinking. Right? Like, here we are new in this relationship. Everything is hunky-dory. It's beautiful. And I am choosing to just think whack things. Just absolutely whack crazy things. Like, you know, he's doing this. He's that. He's this. Blah, 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 right? And then I thought, dang, Heather, is it really what you want? And I'm like, heck no, that's not what I want. Well, then why are you thinking it? Because the universe thinks you want it. Like, you are really running a crappy tape. And then imagine if that happened. Oh, he'd be the bad guy. Would be the common denominator. And then I was like, you could choose to think that he is just like, about you. And this about you. And this. You get to really choose what you think. You get to choose whatever you want to think. The freedom. Oh my goodness. Right? And so, it was in that time and space that I was gifted the opportunity to realize that, like, there is X amount of truth, but there's a whole lot of perspective about the truth. Not only does it influence the way you feel about the truth, it influences the way you consciously choose to respond versus react to something in a fear-based way. No humans do their best work in fear. Never, ever. Whoopsie woo. So, it's that time to take action. You have a couple days to let yourself balance and listen to where you need to make some choices, and then it'll be time to create some action steps and to start plugging away at what you want to get into, what you want to accomplish. I'm part of a beautiful program of recovery, and we have all these catchy little sayings like contempt before investigation, which is what we were talking about here, deciding things are not going to work and allowing yourself to stay in a frozen capacity as opposed to assuming that it's all working as it's supposed to and taking the next right action forward, right? So we also have a snazzy little slogan that says faith without works is dead. And that means if you don't take the next right step forward, that your work is done because it didn't ever get nowhere. So right now, as Mars goes direct, we need to put some positive action steps behind the things we want to do. And this is the catchy part. This is the kicker part. So I say action steps, and yet The action steps that really need to happen right now are probably for most of us simply decisions that need to happen in our head. Most of us don't need to go take more action right out the blocks without sitting still and deciding that we need to see something in a different space before we take action. So for today, in order to get in line and aligned for Mars to come direct, and I am going to pull some cards for those of you that would like a card. And I'll pull one for each sign for this Mars going direct. The first action that needs to happen is a decision to decide that everything is happening for your well-being. If, you know, like if you take away that thing that you're afraid about, like if you're going to build a business to make money because you're afraid you don't have enough money, it's not going to do well. If you build a business because you're super creative and you want to share it with other people, that's a really good foundation. If it's something that, you know, makes your passion come online, makes your creative spark flicker, right? But if you are prefacing something from a position of lack, then it's only, you only can get lack back. You can only get the deficit. So the first step for most of us right now is simply to decide that everything is exactly as it should be. As silly as it sounds. It's not out of control, even if it looks like that. And what simple ways can we decide, if we decide it's all happening as it should be and that everything is happening for us, what simple steps can we take to take some action and put action behind the changes that we see clearly that we can go ahead and make? Does that make sense? That was kind of a wordy sentence. But for most of us, that doesn't mean go out and pound pavement. In the United States of America, if you're like, take action, it means something completely different, you know? We're really proactive. But what we don't know how to do is, we don't know how to receive. That's what we're kind of learning here with this Mars retrograde. We're learning where we're out of whack and where we need to reposition in order to receive what we want. So that's why I say, if it's like this, if there's a pour coming down, right, a stream of well-being, health, harmony, balance, all of it, and it's coming down right here, right, and it's right there, and I have a belief that's like, well, I can't go like that. I can't get in it because, well, I'm not good enough, or it's not for me, or whatever it is, right? And I keep myself from the flow. But if I adjust my belief system and I'm able to get in this flow, and I decide I am worth it. All good things come to me. Screw it. I'm going to sit in the flow. I'm just going to sit here with my negative crap. Nope. I'm going to change my mind. And we'll move right here. I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to decide that it's all for my well-being. Everything good flows to me. And then I can sit in that flow and I can become an attractive focal point and receive what I need. So that's the action step that needs to happen, which is a decision to move your ass and your mind from the lack position to the it's all flowing for my well-being and I'm ready to receive. There you go. I gave you a visual. Pretty happy with that one right there. I know it makes sense now. All right, I'm going to pull a card for all of us. I'm going to pull a universe card and I'm going to pull a goddess card. I do pull goddess cards in all of my readings for men and women because I do believe that that energy is what is needed right now. We need some more nurture, connection, sukha, flow, and sexy balance. So here we go. We got Hera, Alliance. Number 20. She's pretty. Number 2 is the number of connection and duality. Let's see what she says. We got her right side up, so this is cool. Oh, I didn't pull the other one yet. The Greek goddess Hera, wife of Zeus, knew intimately that positive alliances lead to great power. At this moment, you are magnetized to receive aid from people who have greater wisdom and can help you to the next level. Perhaps it's a mentor who appears or someone in the know. Making connections with others and finding strategic partnerships are favored right now as you explore the nature of becoming empowered by association. This works well if you have a healthy sense of self-worth and you are able to learn about without diminishing yourself in any way. That's key right now. Right now, Hera is supporting you to form beneficial alliances for the greater good of all. When called to action or faced with a decision, ask, how does this benefit me and how can I serve the highest good as a result of this connection? You may also be called to help with help, please. You may also be called to give help to another who needs your mentorship. Give freely, for only goodwill will come of it. This is a wonderful time for all manner of connection and collaboration. I love what it says here about strategic partnerships are favored as you explore the nature of becoming empowered by association. That also is association with your thinking, how you choose to see things. This works well if you have a healthy sense of self-worth and you are able to learn without diminishing yourself in any way. So if you can approach the situations with your cup full, then you have a bountiful ability to attract. It's so pretty. Instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good of all. Alliance, the village. Absolutely. In fact, I need to talk about that. For those of you who are, and if anybody wants me to pull a card, go ahead and throw that up there and I will pull a card for whoever likes for the next few minutes. Thank you for joining me. I'm happy to be here. And I'm happy to be sharing my experience, strength, and hope. Y'all, I used to be a shit show, and I have a really good life today. Snap! So, that's what's up. Let me say this. What am I supposed to say? Yes. If you are interested in, learning to coach with me, if you are interested in personal coaching with me, send me a direct message. What else? I don't have any super specials going right now. Coaching specials, I think you guys have seen that in my story. You can get first time specials for intuitive healing sessions online, family coaching, individual coaching. I think that's all on there. Yes, but if you're interested in learning to life coach, to become a certified life coach with me, do direct message me if you're interested in any kind of training, nutrition, and coaching services with me. Send me a direct message. I have my beautiful products. The sale is over, but I have new products for the new year. All of my products, I don't know if you can see these, this is Mainstay, are charged with bioscalar energy. So, guess what? Chicken butt, just teasing. Your entire body becomes immune from Wi-Fi, cell phone, and ELF wave disturbance for 2.5 days per application. I know, beautiful and brilliant. Oh my gosh. We're on the phones. We're in front of appliances. We're around big towers. You can't stand in resistance, but what you can do is evolve your biology. Yes. So you can go to www.thechiefess.com and you can shop my products. Okay, let me pull a card for Denise. Ooh. Isis. Rebirth. Snap. 2 and 4. 6. That's the balance. That's the sister circle. Sister. If I showed you guys my shoes, I'm in an apron. Okay. The process of soul retrieval, resurrection, and rebirth is the theme recurrent through the stories of the Egyptian goddess Isis, one that she invites you to address now. This is the powerful moment to see some of what you thought you'd lost go through a process of regeneration to live again. Like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to be reclaimed in a healthier, more mature version. Where you are hopeless, now there is hope. Where you lost faith, you now have the capacity for even more. Where there was inequity and injustice, now you can see a better way. Where you were abandoned, now you can choose you. You are ready to face these parts of yourself and to gather them together as you step into a newer, more powerful version of yourself, your work, your relationships, and your creativity. Have courage. Let go of blame, claim your accountability, and then co-create something better. You can do this. The goddess Isis came to you as a potent supporter in your growth. How does that resonate, Mama? I forgot to say something earlier. If you are not touching the ground every day and grounding first thing in the day, I would suggest you start right away. That is absolutely key, and it's going to be like hiccup important. I think we're really going to feel it when Mars comes direct. Like I said, especially those of us that are Mars-powered people. And there's a few of you right here, right now with me. So, get your feet on the ground first thing every day and ground your energy. You are an energetic creature. Kate. She's so pretty. Ellen, patterns. Yes. I would blow up if I didn't ground. In fact, I'll tell you what, I used to walk my dog barefoot every night. Pretty much, year round. And then, we live like way more country now. Oh, like there's a lot of woods around, you know? I will tell you, number 12. And yes, she's number 12. And there's more animals and like just wild things. And so I can't walk my dog the same. I can't just like walk out barefoot and like walk like that. And it does affect my balance and my overall grounding. 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 is a catalyst for change. The catalyst for change changes things around it without it changing itself. It has an impact on its environment. Have you noticed patterns in your life that lead to positive experiences? Developing positive habits introduces new patterns into the fabric of reality and will support your dreams as they take form in the material world. It takes awareness and discipline to make this happen, but you can do it. It's time to allow the experience of a new happiness. If you do, Celtic goddess of path and patterns, Ellen will show you a new way to your dreams. All manner of miracles are possible. Now is also the time to build bridges across any divides with others that have temporarily separated you. Your path is clear. The way will be shown as you make new choices for your life with the goddess known as Ellen of the Waves as your happy guide. Does that resonate? What's gematria? Gematria. I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is, please. Does everybody know it but me? You gotta remember that, like, I've been off the... I don't know a lot of, like, current, like, references because I don't watch TV or listen to the radio, so I have to find out about things. Right? Miss Audrey. Here you go. pretty thing. Red-haired maiden. Did that? Oh, red-haired maiden indeed. Look at that. It isn't current. Numerology plus alphabet. Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Audrey. Freya. 156. Radical acceptance. Everybody's right side up. When you see life as a battleground, you lose sight of a more easeful way to be in the world. Can you stand in the middle of the chaos and allow yourself to center in the quiet hum of the eye of the storm? Let the peace of Freya, the Norse goddess of war, enter your mind. Amid the flurry of battle, she came to collect the fallen and bring them to a place of rest and recuperation. Freya is here to remind you that the acceptance of defeat is not the end. She offers the gift of acceptance, the knowing that there is nothing to resist right now. See your world at face value and look into it with discernment. When you see with greater clarity, not taking this world so personally, you will not have to fight it all. If you take full stock of your conditions, surrendering to what is, you can move to higher ground, begin again, or wait until the drama dies down on its own. You are the strongest, most grounded, and most powerful when you remember that this is the strategy that Goddess Freya offers in your support. Did that resonate, Audrey? And absolutely, Kate, I absolutely agree. Everything has a vibration. Numbers, very much so. Symbols, numbers, words, letters, things put together, sounds, tones. Yes, yes. Thoughts. That's why I harp on here. That's why I do these. When we think that anything else is the problem, we are absolutely forfeiting our biggest source of healing, of readjustment, of rebooting, of recalibration, of everything amazing. Because as soon as we change our way of seeing things in a more favorable and loving and allowing way, we raise our own vibration. And the thing is, you have to understand that if you think that everything, like if you're a person that's like, well, I think it's going to be this bad, well then you have to entertain that there's the possibility of, well, I think it's going to be this good. Because unless you're a Nimrod, you have to understand that for this degree of the pendulum swing, there is this degree of the pendulum swing. For the yin, there is the yang. So you cannot have one without the other. So if you're one of those Debbie Downers that thinks that like everything's going to go bad, well then you have to entertain the possibility that everything could go good. Right? And so, you know, it's not that life doesn't happen, but life happens, and your resources and the ways to be able to respond to it vary depending on your vibrational frequency, which ultimately is how you think and how you feel about anything, everything. On the most fundamental level, how you think and feel about yourself and the world around you. So you can become a match to anything you desire. You can also become a match for everything you did not desire. The game becomes in learning how to discern and how to become conscious and responsible for our own thinking, our own speaking, our own behaving, our own ways of being. You know, the other day I understood for the first time something different. I wrote about it on here. I have said, my eyes are bright and filled with life, and all who see them can hear it, right? And I've always thought about the one part of that. Well, okay, that's one part of the equation. That's the put out. What about the receiving? You know, how do I close the circuit? That's the problem with most of us. We don't close the circuit. We know how to do the output, but not the input. We know how to pray. We know how to talk, but not how to listen. We know how to do, but not how to receive, right? And so, how do I close the loop on things, right? I completely lost my train of thought. I'm thinking 5 different things at one time. I'll get it back in a second. Oh, we have to become a vibrational match. You have to get in the spot. Get in the flow. And so, if you can't jump over here and know that this flow is here, you can trick yourself by talking different, thinking different, behaving different, acting as if, right? Then you can move yourself over here. That's what we do in the village. And that's what word wizardry is for those who have done any kind of work with me or coaching. We reprogram our thinking and reboot our being. Literally. We decide we are different people than we once were. That we behave different. That we are a match to different things. And you do that long enough, and then guess what? That's what happens. Whether it's the truth or not. The truth in our vibrational world is what is vibrationally consistent. Vibrationally resonant. You can put on your Sunday best, but if inside you have yucky thoughts about everything and yourself, it doesn't matter how you're dressed on the outside. It matters what you're thinking on the inside. And that's what you will attract the match to. So, Audrey, I'm so glad that it resonated. And yes, do meditate on that. I have to spend some time with the hawk that's been coming to visit me. I will share some beautiful photos with you all of this amazing, beautiful hawk who has come to visit me on Capricorn new moon, winter solstice, and my birthday, which was also Cancer full moon. She is literally right outside my window when I am doing meditation. Like, I look up from my altar and there she is, and it is snap amazing. I have a video of her. She's beautiful. It's Big Mama. You know, she just looks at me like, I am hawk. She doesn't ask me if I'm ready. She doesn't ask me what I think about it. She doesn't ask me how it affects her or how it affects me. You dig? She's like, I am who I am. And I'm like, okay, learning. So, 2 days to blast off till Mars comes direct. You will notice a difference in your energy level. You'll notice a difference. Bringing his name. That is so cool. Oh, I love that. You will notice a difference in your energy level. You will notice a difference in your appetite. You will notice a difference in things moving in your life. It's like the lights got turned on, the power got turned on. And you'll probably notice, like, I've needed more sleep this last few months than I feel like I ever have. Like, I've really felt like I've needed it. And it's been difficult for me to give myself those concessions to decide that is okay. You know what I mean? So I'm doing my own, like, easing off the gas pedal and deciding what is beneficial and what is, you know what I mean? What's my new funky mellow, right? So again, if any of you are interested in coaching and learning to coach, send me a direct message. If you are, you can shop my products with the link that's on here, and then you can already feel it in your appetite. Yes, same. And my energy level is picking up. Not sleeping as well the last couple nights. What else? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I don't know what else. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here with me and spending this time. And thank you for loving on me and helping me grow. Because if it weren't for y'all, I wouldn't be here doing this process and this sharing. And I've really learned that is how I learn and grow. I'm finally getting it. I'm finally really getting how much, like, you know, others are the gift that are the mirrors in front of me that allow myself to see who I am, where I'm at, how I'm interacting, whether or not that's beneficial, whether or not I want more of it, or if some of my behavior perhaps needs updating and upgrading, and that my perspective needs a new and more beneficial alignment, right? So, but the good thing is, once I see it, once I feel it, I can heal it, I can do something, I can take positive action, and I can change my belief, which changes my behavior, and then I can be the human I want to be. So, comments below. If you're just joining me, please go back and watch the beginning. We're talking about those of us that have been frozen the last little bit, looking for spending more time in the problem than being the solution. So today's a new day though, and we are ready, aligned, and so capable of moving forward. So I love you all, truly, each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can watch other episodes, and tell me about what you want to talk about, or what you want to hear me talk about. And if you got good stuff, come be here with me. Mwah! I love you. Thank you so much.